So in order to take the Cisco Anchor exam, you will need to know how to construct and valid JSON encoded files. One way to do it is going to the actual standard official web page, which is json.org. So you can take a read about JSON here, and you can learn it this way. You can see how to properly write your JSON format using the appropriate syntax. You can see how to create arrays, what values you have available, and what type of data you enter, strings, number, objects, arrays, true, false, or null. What kind of characters can you use in your strings, and how to format your numbers, and so on. So this is one way to do it. You can also go to jasonlint.com. So you can, here there are a lot of JSON format rules. You can also learn these rules. Data is in name value pairs. Data is separated by commas. Objects are encapsulated with the opening and closing of curly brackets, and so on. So, or you can go into this. You can also go into this online checking tools, and you can check your formats here, your syntax, validate your syntax. This is a really nice tool because it will be validating your syntax as you type in. You don't have to click any validate or button or something. So this is the easier JSON object is this empty object, and it is valid. But you can create the second easier object will be this. This is my name, and this is my value. So remember that JSON objects are made of names and values in the form of pairs. If you want to enter another, you will have to enter a comma, and then your second name and your second value. Now, a value can be anything. Your name should be always a string. So remember that names are always strings, but your values can be a number, or it can be a negative number. Notice that if I enter this, that will be invalid. So the positive numbers will never use a plus, but negative numbers will need the minus. You can also use floating points. That is valid as well. You can use something that is known as arrays. So this is valid because it's an empty array. Notice if you enter a comma at the end of the JSON format, that will be violating the JSON rules. So never enter a comma at the end. That is not valid. Some languages, such as JavaScript, will allow this. But the fact that this language allows this doesn't mean that it is a valid JSON format. So never enter a comma at the end. If you're going to enter a comma, it's because you're going to enter another pair. So for instance, we can use another object here, and that will be valid. But we can also use arrays that have values, and the values can be of any kind. You can also have these. Oh, sorry, I mistyped something. Let me see where is the error. This is I need a comma here. Sorry. Okay, so you can go in this type of tools and play with your formats. But what you will see, we see in real life, working with Netconf or AWS or whatever tool that requires JSON will be something like this. You will have to enter network-related information such as this interface and this interface, is actually an object that has a name. The name can be gigabit 00, and it can have speed of 123, 123, 123, and so on. So this is the type of stuff you will be seeing, or probably you will be seeing something like BGP peer, that is an array of stuff. It's probably an object. Would be IP address that equals to 192.168.1.1, and probably next you will need another object, which is autonomous system. That would be equals to 65. So the options are infinite, because you can have an object that references an array, and you can have objects inside your array, and those objects can reference other objects, and so on. So the combinations are infinite, and make use of these online tools in order to validate your JSON. That's it.